YouTube. This is FleurBrun coming to you today. I know I was supposed to make this video, I think yesterday, bunker down in your house. It allows you time to be able to be comfortable with some amenities, also some ways to start fire, to purify water, also to perhaps, bunker down and build a little tent so that you're able to be cohesive, a little bit of goodies, some food, what have you, so that you're able to sustain yourself in a short period of time and perhaps for even a long period of time. So I'm actually going to go in. I hope the camera's okay. Now, as you see, you know this is an old-fashioned bag because it says FUBU. For anybody who knows, FUBU's like an old bag. This is my classic bag that I've had since the onset. I have 3 bags that I'm going to give you a couple goodies with. I wonder, this camera is not the best position, so I might have to move the camera to, you know what, I might have to just do, because I don't think you can see very well, so I might just do a removing of the camera because I want you to be able to see everything. So give me a minute. I'd like to be prepared. So give me a minute. Okay. Because I have all these, I have different layers of bags, different types of bags that I have. So give me 1 minute. Okay. And I'm going Now the bags you should be able to hold and maintain your weight. The bags I pretty much measured, some are to, my bag is 50 pounds, but my little one's bags, because everyone should have a bug out bag. It should be 1 per person. And also if you have somebody who has hunker down bags, you should really have, hold on. I'm prepared, but you know, I got my bug out bags and the camera vision is not that great. So I want to be able to give you a good view of what I have in the bag. Okay. So if it goes well, I said I'd do the video and I'm going to do it. I tell you, I do everything like right on the spot. All right, so I'm just putting on the bags. Okay. So like I said, my bag is about 50 pounds, 50 plus. I can carry up to 120 pounds pretty comfortably. Okay, so let's get it in. Hold on, I actually didn't have to hold up my bag, the camera. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this first bag first. Let me see. I'm trying to get the camera. I want to get the camera so that you can see everything, and I have to position it in a way that you'll be able to see. Okay, so let's do my first one. I want to give you the first bag that I work with. This is my main prepper bag, and again, you'll see this is a pretty big bag, but it's my FUBU bag. It's quite weathered. I've used it, I've tested in it, and I love this bag. You always want to pick a bag that's really, really comfortable for carrying on your back, that has equal amount of distribution. You never want to make it so heavy so that you're uncomfortable. Remember, you don't know if you'll be walking or running. And you want to make sure that it's comfortable and cohesive on your back with equal amount of weight distribution, so that you're not, you know, hurting your shoulders, causing more injury, especially at a time when you need to be as easy breezy and getting out of a situation or being able to hunker down. So let's go in my bag. You're going to actually see me open my bag normally every couple of years. I used to do it every couple of months. I go through my bags and I kind of recalibrate the bags and what have you. So, you know what? I should have sat where I sat before, because now, okay, well, because I'm holding the camera too. Okay, so I'm opening up this bag for you. Again, this is the main bag. What you see attached to this bag is a good old-fashioned heavy hat, okay? I actually took out the light for this. Usually you put your light on the outside here. You want to keep this, especially in places, I had a name on here. It was so cool. You want to make sure you have a hard hat. Why? It's because if there's anything falling from the sky, if you have meteor or rocks, and just like Leilani, right, the volcano eruption in Hawaii, there's a plethora of rocks coming and spewing out. You want to anticipate that not all disasters are necessarily just the ground-based. They could be in the sky and coming down, and you always want to have something, especially to protect your head and your hat, okay? So I have this attached actually to my bag, to the side of the bag. So you'll see. Okay. See that? How it's attached to the side. It's very easy, and I always have a water bottle attached, and that's my extra water bottle. Let me go sit over here. I'm always moving around, but I want to make it more comfortable so you can actually see everything that I have in here. I want to get a good visual. Okay, so just give me a minute. Let me kind of position everything properly so you can see. Okay. So I'll do the first bag first. This is my bag. And again, this bag weighs roughly, my bag weighs around, I'd say roughly, this one is 75. Hard hat, the heavy hat, which is necessity. But this is my, I actually still have the tag on here. This is actually my gas mask. Okay, so I'm going to show you, this is important to have, and I tell you, as if you're traveling alone or with children, size does matter. So this one's cool because it comes in a bag itself. So let's say you can get your bug out bag, but you know you couldn't breathe outside. Something like this you can put over your shoulders, real quick, over your head, carry it with you at all times in case you have to walk around and you can't breathe outside. Now, it has a little oxygen tank. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It has a little button on it. I got the cutest one. You know, I got this actually 12 years ago. Okay. Is this it? Oh, yeah. This is how it looks as it's coming out. There's all different types of gas masks. Hold on. It should be easier to get out, but I have to take into account. Okay, so hold on. This is mine. Okay, so this is the gas mask. Now, why I have this one, which is important, I bought this one as it allows protection of your eyes, and it's rubber. Why is rubber important? Because it's not as permeable. It's harder to get these, it's better, people don't like them as much, but they protect your head and protect your face against any chemical outburst of anything like acid rain. And you always have your oxygen that gets clipped on. You undo this, which is where your oxygen, where you breathe in. You take this little part off, I hope you can see. And you can buy the canisters, extra canisters that you can carry. They're very light. You see I can kind of toss it up. It's not heavy, this is not heavy. Again, you put this on your head, you know. This can fit on an adult's head. You know, you put it on. You know, I don't want to do it now because I'll mess up my hair. But I've tried this on 50 million times. It's very comfortable. You feel very protected. It protects your head as well. A lot of times in emergencies, whenever you have something that has a chemical agent that's been released in the populace, a lot of times you don't realize that just covering your face alone won't do it because your head is being exposed to whatever's out there. Yes, you can wear a hat, but this is rubber. So nothing is going through this, okay? So this is the gas mask. Again, I bought this 12 years ago, and it's highly recommended. This is the one I recommend the most, okay? You'll see other people who have like cloth masks with just the eyes covered and everything like that. I disagree. I think this is the best. Again, the rubber, as you see, it's almost like having a swimming cap. Okay, so this comes with this. Make sure you have this. I would always have an extra spare one in each bag in case you run out, like you don't know how long. You always want to prep for the best and the worst scenario. The worst scenario is that you'll be out and you can't stay home. Let's say your home is not safe anymore, but you have to be out in the elements. There may be some sort of chemical agent, or there could be smoke in the air from fires, what have you. You want to be able to breathe and live and be able to walk cohesively to find another shelter, and you don't know how many hours. Now, usually a canister like this can last 6 to 8 hours. I would say you always want to plan for 4. I never say that they'll tell you it can last 6 to 8, but I always plan for the worst case scenario. So it's best to have a spare one so that you at least have, oh, my phone's reacting. You at least have a full day and a half's worth of oxygen, and you can always carry more. Ooh, my phone is talking as we're doing this. Is weird. And this. And like I said, I got this in a bag. One of these cute little, it's not cute, but you know, I got it in one of these bags, and this is very easy to carry this in. You put it in, and also remember, mommies and daddies, uncles, grandmas, you need the size of children. Children have a different head size. I'm going to show you another one after this. So this is the canister. If it's nice and comfortably in your bag, if you can't even get your bug out bag, I would always suggest that you carry this. Very easy. It's like a little pouch. You can carry this around everywhere with you, so that if you decide, and if you as a mom and dad are going out scouting, looking for food, and there's some chemical agent out there that you're unsure about, you can walk out there without your bug out bag, and you'll be safe and easy with this, just in case you encounter everything. Okay? What people don't realize, this is actually one of my favorites. Why is this my favorite? Is when I did my prepping course. This is just a line of string. A lot of people who go fishing, you know what this is. This is very sturdy string. You can't break it. Even when you try to cut it, it's very hard. This is a wonderful string. What can string do? I get this one you can buy anywhere at like Walmart or so on. Generally what you do with these is, if you're out and about in the elements, you can tie anything to this. If you have plastic bags, you can easily have a plastic bag and make a tent out of this, tying each end of these to the end of a tree and tying it around, and then putting the plastic bags over it, making yourself a makeshift tent, keeping you safe from the elements, keeping an, you know, if you just want to keep it a little plastic bag over maybe the babies, or you want to keep it over items to keep them dry while you're out and about. This is a wonderful thing to have. You can tie this, you can actually tie your garbage up to trees for all my campers. This is wonderful. You always need string. String, you can never have too much string, and sturdy string. This again was like $1 something. I believe I bought this at Walmart 12 years ago. I've used this so many times, and look how much I have left. Okay, so this is something you always should have in your bug out bag. Okay, this is the howler. Each of my little ones has one of these. Okay, you hear that? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hurt your ear. You can hear this, it's echoing throughout the house. This is a howler. When you have your little ones, I have one for each one of my little ones. Put it around their neck. If you ever get lost without them, you listen out for this sound. This is a godsend to a parent or to another partner. Your husband's walking around, your wife is around, you can't find her, they're shuttling you somewhere, or you get lost. This you can hear anywhere, and you can hear it. I personally heard it from at least 2 miles away. It's very low, 2 miles away, but you can hear it. It's called a howler. Okay, you hear that echo? This is what you need in every bag. Have it for your little ones. You can get this at a Dick's store, or a basic survival store, or at a what is it, the Salvation Army stores. Okay, a howler. Please suggest you get this for each one of the babies. Okay, I have two. So I have different colors for different identification. So for each one of my little ones, as you see, I have two, because I have 2 children, and I also have one for myself, and at the time for my husband. Okay, so you have 4 howlers in case anyone gets lost. You have that. I always have batteries everywhere. You're supposed to freeze your batteries. It kind of helps to save them. Hold on. Ha ha ha. You already know what this is. Electrical tape. You cannot. It is lightweight. You can throw it, toss it. It's light. You can hold it on your head. Electrical tape is wonderful. What can it do when you're out? Again, you can tie this, use this for anything. You can also make a makeshift bottle water carrier by taking some sticks, building them together, and making a funneling system. You can use it as a funnel to also filter out your water. You can also help this to make your tent if you need some extra adhesive. This is thebomb.com. If you're in the house and there are chemicals outside and you have open areas on the bottom of your doors, you tape the bottom of your doors and you seal your door with electrical tape. You cannot have this, too much of this. It is not expensive. You get one of these and you have this in your bug out bag. I'm opening my bag as I'm talking to you. Okay. Disposable tissue. This is toilet paper. This is something that is a luxury. This is a luxury item. You don't have to have it. But when you're going out in the woods, if you're going out of your home and you have to go tinkle in the bathroom, the number one reason why people get sick when they're out and about and they're on the run or they're in the wilderness is hygiene issues. Hygiene issue can cause anything from yeast infections to viral infections based on the fact that you're not as clean as you would be at home with clean water, hygienic situations. When you're out and about in the open, let's say you're running in an area and there's no place to go and you have to do number two. Yes, you can go, but after a while, I know some of you, and I'm going to keep it real with you because we're adults here, but if you go number two and you're not wiped yourself properly, you know that you get itchy back there because that's bacterial buildup. This is actually a special kind of TP. It has a little bit of a disinfectant on it so that every time you go, it kind of disinfects the opening of wherever you're going, whether you're tinkling or you're going number two. And this is a wonderful thing. Again, you can get this from the survival store, or you can get this from, you can actually get this from the Salvation Army, I believe. This I got 10 years ago, again, 10 or 11 years ago. I can't say, sometimes I buy, a lot of this. This is my prepping bag. This is my main prepping bag. So you're going to see the things that I have, and I'm going to give you my segue prepping bags for the little ones, okay? Okay, this is my med bag, okay? I have everything that is basically needed in this little med bag that would be necessary as for an emergency and needing a little bit of my own makeshift first aid bag. Now I'm going to tell you everything that's in here. Again, this was bought a while ago. And, okay. This is a therapeutic green tea. Why do I have a therapeutic green tea? Is because a lot of times what happens is that when you're out and about in the elements, you tend to get sick or you have issues going to the bathroom. And this is also a wonderful way to get rid of yeast infections. So if, and matter of fact, because stress can cause women to have yeast infections, bad hygiene. This is a triple usage a quadruple usage wonderful thing to have. Now this is highly sealed. It's a green tea or therapeutic tea. You can use this to wipe your insides. You can actually use it as a little bit of put it inside of you, and it will take and pull any it works like an antifungal and antibacterial. Okay, so if you have a yeast infection, you can use this and put this inside of you for about an hour, and it will relieve some of that itching, that issues with, and I tell this as women because sometimes you don't think about it. When you're out and about, you just think, oh, I'm prepping, and I'm not, you have to worry about hygiene. This is also wonderful for your tummy. If you're not feeling well, it helps to settle down your stomach. It also helps for nausea. Okay, so if yourself or the little ones are sick, and remember, one pack of tea can last 2 or 3 steepings. So you can save your tea bags. Don't throw them away, especially in prepper situations. As long as you keep it hygiene, closed up, seal it back either with tape, or if you have a plastic baggie, put it back in there and you can reuse it. Okay, not when you use it inside of you, obviously, but if you're using it as a tea. Okay. What is this? I have everything. Okay, allergy tabs. Okay. When you're out in the elements, allergies are necessary. Allergies, anything you can have an anaphylactic shock. You're exposed to the elements. You have little ones with you. You get sick. You have an allergy to something out in the elements. Everything can happen. These are wonderful to have just for emergencies in your med pack. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. It's interesting. Is there anything in here? I think these evaporated. Oh, nothing's in here. Okay, so they evaporated. Some of these things I had for years, so this is gone. This is actually something that people use in their, who have asthma. I have to replace it because, as you see, there's nothing in here, which is interesting. It evaporated. I didn't even know it could. Does it? Yeah, it's gone. So I'm going to toss this. This is for people who have children with asthma, or if you have asthma yourself, this is something you usually put in inhalers and so on. You can actually put this in water and steam it, and it'll have the same effect as, giving you breathing and airspace, relief. Okay, it ran out, so it's good that I opened up my pack. Okay, this is my my thuya. Thuya. Okay, you know, my eyes are not quite the same. Listen. Thuya. This is actually an herbal thuya. Thuya is actually used for, again, this is one of the herbal naturopathic. Thuya is good for chemtrail, inhalation, a lot of chemical warfare. Thuya will actually defrag and mute any of the chemicals that you have. I bought this years ago. This is homeopathic. It is thebomb.com Thuya. I use this with my little ones even now when we're exposed to a lot of chemtrails. So Thuya. It's THULAOCCID. Ooh, my eyes. I'll put it a little closer to you. There you go. So you can see it, okay? Make sure you're writing this down or you rewatch the video, okay? This is Tylenol cold and sinus. Again, you know, I'm not a fan of medicine, but in emergencies, you will need this. Sometimes you don't realize you may not use it, but this is good bartering material. If you meet people along the way who are sick and so on, you can exchange things. So this is good. Cold and sinus, Tylenol. A lot of times, inhalation, breathing issues are the #1 reason why people don't last during emergency scenarios. It's Tylenol cold and, hold on. This at the time, this is Tylenol for the little ones. Again, if you have little ones and you need an emergency for fevers and so on, you have to have this. Now, I have to replace this. This way I replaced, I think, let me see the date. I replaced this about, you always want to go in your bug out bag and replace things like this. This is not long term. You can't keep it that long. I think, I got to look at the expiration date. I think I replaced it about 3 years ago. Okay, so it looks like it's good until 2018, so I'll have to replace this. But this is something, again, when you're traveling, and then even for an adult to have Tylenol. And if something as basic as having a little fever or cold or something like that could kill a person, based in not having a scenario where they're clean, they have a place, a permanent place, and they're on the run, okay? And of course, this is Motrin, okay? Motrin, again, for fever, things like this. You have the smaller version of this. You keep this in a pack. And again, if you're not going to use these things, these are great for bartering. And of course, you have a big thing of aspirin, Tylenol, aspirin. Okay, so you have these things, and also you want to make sure that you have droppers, extra droppers. Make sure you keep extra droppers. You can use this for any number of things. You can use this actually to use it for the nose, clearing out the nose. But it's great to have droppers. At least have 2 or 3 of these in your med pack. Okay, let me put that away. And it's good to go through your packs like this because you have to refresh everything. So a bug out bag, like now, some of the meds in here I haven't replaced, but like I have ashwagandha in one of the bags. Ashwagandha is a wild tincture. I do not have to replace that. Ashwagandha can last about 10 years on its own. It's not chemical based. Things that are pharmaceutical generally have to be replaced because they're not natural. Okay? Okay. Ah, Toasty Toes. For those living in colder regions, these are phenomenal. Also, when someone's going through, if someone gets a really bad cut or their hand is cut off, any number of scenarios, the first thing is that their hands go numb or cold and feet go cold. Now, if you're in colder regions, it's always good to have Toasty Toes. You can put these in gloves. You can put them in your shoes and socks. Again, if someone has a really bad cut, the first thing they get is really cold. It's really good to put it on them to allow to warm that area up, which disallows for oxygen. Sometimes the oxygen is slowing down to that specific area that they've gotten cut really deeply. Okay, so Toasty Toes is good to have. These little dry washcloths, this is dry now, little washcloths. You want to keep as many of these little white things. I probably got this free from the doctor's office when they were little, and I kept it. This is dry right now because it doesn't last very long, but it doesn't matter if it's dry. It's still disinfectant. It's a clean pad. It can be used for gashes, sores, because it's clean and it's sanitary. It's not been opened, and this is wonderful just to have as an extra. Okay. Now this is my gauze bag. This is the bag that I have that has all of the wrappings for any number of issues that you have as far as getting cuts, gashes, anything to wrap. If you get a sprained ankle, you have this. So I'll give you an idea of what I have in here. Yep. And I forgot to put this. I actually have my Whole Life Enhancer. Actually, I have a Nature's Plus. This actually goes in the other bag. This is like a Whole Foods vitamin, Whole Life Energizer. It's a food and whole food and a vitamin supplementer. This whole food value, you want to have these. Why? Is because you may not be able to eat for a while. You don't know how long, and you can do without food. But if you have this, you can do without food easier. It's just like fasting, but you have nutrition, you have vitamins to sustain yourself, so you're not feeling dizzy and overwhelmed. Especially if you have a limited amount of access to food. You can live days and weeks without food, but you need water. So water is the priority in an emergency situation. But having several of these, I love these. I have them all over my bag, so I'm finding them everywhere. But I'm going to actually put it with my medicines. Where the med pack is. This is great to have. You take this daily, and you will be able to sustain yourself. Remember, I fasted for almost 30 days, so you can imagine an emergency situation. If you're scarce on food and maybe you need to just give 1 or 2 meals to some who are sicker, or just try to, hold it out, you can take this and act like you're fasting and you're good to go, okay? Just make sure that when you take whole food, you make sure it's whole food value that you get, because you want to make sure your body doesn't go into shock. Sometimes if you take things that are not whole food value, your body can go into like a basic toxemia from not getting other nutrients and getting too much of something that suppresses other things. So make sure you always get whole food value of anything, okay? So I'm actually going to put that in the bag with the meds so that we have that. Okay, so I have gauze. Obviously, this is for wrapping. This is nice and sticky. This actually has inside of it like a disinfectant powder on it. So as you're wrapping, it's also disinfectant. Obviously, you need this for wrapping any wounds, broken ankles, broken anything. If you have to hold something else, it's actually good for wrapping on your head and what have you. Hey, Jose, what? You at the party? You joining the prepper crew? We're prepping over here, okay? So as you see, I have a number of gauzes, fresh disinfectant gauzes. These are gauzes to use. You can't have enough of these. You keep them in each one of the prepper bags. What up, Jose? These are non-stick pads. These are first aid pads. Again, they're clean and sterile. This is wonderful for anything, again. And for also those who are dealing with menses issues, as I said, having your menses out in the wild can be dangerous because animals smell you. And again, if there's not enough food for people, already know that people are already encroaching on the animal's food source. So now you're going to have animals that are voracious looking for food just like you. And if you smell like blood, you might be a meal, especially bigger vultures. Vultures have a tendency to come, and if there's enough vultures, you might be a danger. So it's always good if you have 2 or 3 of these extra. If you do and you're having your menses isn't a problem. Hey D, you keep dreaming about the shift, so you right on point, D. So just have these. You can use this as menses pads. As I told you before, you can also use things like mint leaves, also use things like pine. Put a little pine in here so that you don't have the scent of blood on you. You want to make sure you keep as sterile as possible, okay? There's no reason why you're out and about that you have to be unclean and unsanitary. If you keep enough of these around, these are great if you go to the doctor's office. You can tag a couple of them. Tell the doctor you're taking it. Don't steal it, but tell them you want a couple. They usually are okay with it, okay? So I always have these. You can never have enough latex Band-Aids. Always get the latex ones. No, I'm sorry, not the latex one. The latex-free ones. I'm sorry. Latex can cause, there's a little bit of a bacteria that latex can cause if you use it. I'm sorry about that. So this is latex-free bandages. Get a whole bunch of them. You see I have a whole bunch of them. Bandages. You can get a cut on your head, everything. You want to make sure you cover everything, especially in unsanitary situations when you're out and about and there's a lot of pathogens around. You don't know what they're doing, and you can't trust the government to help you. Okay, these are also latex free. These are the dotted little Band-Aids. I love these little dotted ones because who's calling me? Okay, these little dotted ones you can put on little areas, little abrasions, and they will stay on. They will stay on. stay on, excuse me. And don't forget, please, please, I want to remind you, you're going to see the video over again. Don't forget the howlers. This is the #1 recommendation I get, because a lot of times in chaos, people lose each other. If you're in crowds, you'll never find each other because you can't yell over 100,000 other people, 100 other people. With this howler, close your ears. This is loud. About 2 miles away, you can hear it, and it echoes. It hurt my ear, okay? So I just want to remind anyone who's checking on now, get the howler. I have 2 howlers, well, I have 4 howlers, but 2 for my little one. This is also another gauze. This is another clear gauze, another one that has a chemical powder on it that is a disinfectant as soon as it's put on. You want to make sure you have dry, these have to be dry, okay? Keep these in baggies. Everything should be in baggies to keep them free from moisture. Moisture builds bacteria. Anything that has moisture will collect bacteria, and it won't be good to you. If you have these that are wet, you cannot use them, because if you put this on yourself and it's been wet and it's gained some sort of bacterium, you're causing more injury, and you might have a little gangrene. Okay, and that's the worst thing you can have, because gangrene can make you lose an arm and so on. Yes, absolutely, mold. Okay. You can tell I come prepared. I have baggies of everything. These are really lightweight. When I say this, look how I throw it up. Everything's lightweight. So this is all in my main pack. So just the things I showed you so far, even the gas mask is very lightweight. These are not things that take a lot of space, and even if your packet just has those things, you're more efficient than 90% of the population that's not prepared. The people who go and hoard at the grocery stores are not prepared for the little things that you need, and you can sustain yourself in just these things I showed you alone. But this is very important for those. Now, these are other important things that you definitely need to have. These are it's like, again, I make shit. First aid is my first priority. Making sure that I can locate all of the family, everyone who's together. Also making sure that everything is aesthetically clean, because I know that I can hunker down with anyone as long as we're healthy. But once someone's unhealthy, it takes time and energy to make sure you're trying to get somebody back up to health, especially when you don't have any health facilities. So that's #1. If you wear contacts, like I do, you need to have extra contacts, okay? So I have tons, and they're not dried out. I have tons of extra contacts. Listen, tons. I have contacts. Luckily, my eye has stayed the same for a long period of time. Contact cases. Again, in unhygienic situations, you're going to have these, especially for people who can't see without glasses and contacts. So contacts may not be the best. You're going to have spare glasses, but I always say if you wear contacts, have a whole bunch of spare ones, okay? Matches. These are waterproof matches. These are the bomb.com. I use these in camping. Waterproof matches are what you want, okay? So let me show you these. You can get these in like Dick's. Again, these are more survival type of items. You can probably order this maybe on even Amazon. This will stay dry. Even if it gets wet, it still will stay dry. This, you need matches. You can have a flint, but if you don't know how to use a flint or something, a flitch, what is it, a flint, I think it's called, you need these to start fires or to disinfect your water. Very important to have matches, okay? I don't know what I have. This is a note to myself. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Family, I have the location where I want to be in Brazil, and this is from 12 years ago. This is insane. I didn't even know I had this. I know it's not important to you, but I can't believe I have a note to myself. This is how the universe works. This is from 12 years ago. I wrote a note to myself where I want to be in Brazil. I didn't even know I was going to Brazil in that way. I have the location. This is crazy. This is almost like I'm writing to myself in the future. I have the location exactly to the point on this piece of paper. I'm bugging out right now because I'm in the bug out bag. Yeah, I gotta give myself props for this. I can't believe it's in here. I wrote a note to myself. Prepping. Okay, so this is, all right. This is very important. This is Ambisol, okay? Ambisol is disinfectant. This is like a disinfectant for scar burns. My eyesight is, I'm gonna put it close to you so you can see what it is, okay? This you need, again, another disinfectant to put on boo-boos, anything, any open gashes or cuts. This is wonderful. I wrapped it in a Tiana. This is a mommy bug out bag. Let me tell you, I wrapped it in a Tiana napkin from like, this is from, again, I don't know, like 10 years ago. So it's wrapped in here. Again, it's sealed in the bag with the contact cases, okay? Okay. This is painkillers. What is this? Spectra. Okay. This is painkillers. Whenever I went to the doctor or had my teeth done, I don't take painkillers. But what I did is I save them, and also I keep them cool in a cool, dry area. Why you want to have painkillers is in case of any sort of, I don't know, kind of. Bextra, does anyone know what Bextra? It's like 20 milligrams. Bextra is some, I don't know what it is. I know it's a painkiller of some sort because that's why I saved it. I have Bextra. I'll look it up. I don't know what it's for, but I know it's probably a painkiller because whenever a doctor would give me a painkiller because I don't take any medicine, which they think is crazy, I think it's crazy to give me pain medication because how would I know to do what I need to do if I don't know I'm in pain? Anyway, so anytime I get pain medication, I would keep it. Now, this is more so up to date. I know I keep this cool, and I know this is more recent. So this is another medication that I had that I saved in case of emergency. And again, when you have a host of people out there, you may need bartering. And something like this that people need, they will barter some food or some goods for you, some beans or something, if you give them something like this. This is wonderful. I use this for everything. Many of you, my homeopathic family, know what this is. This is for teas, for steeping teas, and for what I generally do, especially in prepping situations, rather than charcoal, you know, I take one of these and I put burnt wood in it, which is charcoal, and I heat it up, and that helps to disinfect the water as well. Remember, you can make layering. I'll tell you how to do the disinfectant of water, but what you can do to quickly disinfect the water is you can put salt tablets in here, and also you can put charcoal, which makes a really quick way to disinfect water and to clear it out, okay? And you can take stuff like pine leaves, which is high, as long as you rinse it off if you get a chance. Pine leaves in water, it's high in vitamin C. It's higher in vitamin C than any other citrus that you can eat. It's way higher. So if you have pine needles, it's wonderful. You can make a tea with it, and it will get rid of it's an antiviral. It will get rid of anything that's coming up like coughs and phlegm, okay? But you have to wash off the pine needles because it has a little bit of arsenic on it. The Native Americans used to chew on it. It has more, like I said, it has more vitamin C than any citrus you could possibly eat, okay? Again, these are parade vitamins for the little ones. These are whole food vitamins. These are just to sustain themselves. If you're in long-term situations with no food, you take a whole food vitamin. It gives you the nutrition you need without having the food necessary. These are lighter than to carry food. You can carry vitamins and whole food nutrients much more easier, especially herbs, much more lighter. They're lighter than carrying cans of food, and you should never carry cans. Cans are long-term. They leach out metals, and they will get you sick. Especially they have a high amount of preservatives, and also with salt, which will dehydrate you. These are obviously alcohol pads for disinfecting. Okay, I have tons of these in every single bag. Okay, this is glyoxide. FleurBrun's eyes are not focused properly. This is glyoxide. I can actually see this better. Okay. From my knowledge, this is disinfectant for the eyes, I believe. Glyoxide. Some of these things I forget what they're for. I know that they're purposeful. It's either for the ears, the eyes, or the nose. Glyoxide. I know this is disinfectant. It's for something. I probably would look it up previous to having it. There's a reason why it's in here. More contacts. Let's do this. I can't believe I have more. Oh, okay. This is something I have. You know, I always find the coolest things in here. I think this reads. I have this in here, which I think it reads. It's a barometer to read. Something rather. This is the point where I have some cool stuff in here that I really don't know what it's for. It's probably my mate knew what this is for. This is for measuring something. I know that it could possibly be measuring temperature or something. It could be a temperature gauge or something like that. Wait, Helsing, you know what this is? Because you're always out in the military. What is this Helsing? I have it in there. It measures something. Helsing most likely knows. It has a light and something on here. Anyway, it's in here. It's probably for measuring. For me to have it in the med pack, it probably is for measuring something rather. I will find out. This is why you go through your pack, because sometimes I'll get cool things and not even realize what they're for. This is, I have something. Oh, CPRO. Okay. When I went to Mexico, this is something I did. I went to Mexico years ago. Hey, XOX. I mean, hey, I say, hey, Nora. I'm going through all my bug out stuff. This is CPRO. When I went to Mexico years ago, I got antibiotics. I got every type of antibiotics. So what I did is I bought all these antibiotics. I kept them in free sealed packs for years. And then I just took these. I know I took this out, I think last year, and put them in a pack, especially when we were having hurricanes here. So you want to have, these are, I'm allergic to CPRO. Now listen to this, family. I'm allergic to CPRO, but I bought about $200 worth of antibiotics. Listen to me. Yes, I'm a prepper of that sort. I spent $200 in Mexico. Remember, it's nothing. So I bought a lot of antibiotics. I can't take CPRO, but I can bargain with someone who needs it. So if I meet people along the way and they have tomatoes or they have stuff I need, again, this is a great bargainer. And also for those who are along with me who need antibiotics, they can use this, which I'm allergic to those. I have another form of antibiotics, which is the one with the A. I have that one. And that one I can actually use. Most O positives can't use things with sulfur. Okay, we have our allergy is sulfur. If you are O negative, O positive, and you don't know that, I would get that checked out, because most people O positive, most O positives are allergic to any sulfur medications, and CPRO is sulfur, has sulfur in it. Okay, so I have my 3 packs. I have to find out what that perimeter is. And these are things that are just great, and again, they're lightweight. You do not require a lot to hold that. It's light in the pack, okay? So, hold on. I have to make sure I seal everything back. It's for a glycol. It's for oral injuries. Thank you, Jose. See, Jose's looking. Thank you. I should know what's in my pack, right? Okay. And what I'll do is the toilet paper I'll put in with the dry goods. You want to make sure you have extra plastic bags. Like these are wearing down because I had some of these from 12 years ago. So what I'm going to do after I get off with you guys is I'm going to get new packs of plastic containers and put these in, okay? Oh, and these, obviously, these are wonderful. For those living in colder regions, you should always have these emergency blankets. These are, look how lightweight this is. This is an emergency blanket. This keeps you warm. They actually put these on crash scenes and so on when people are cold. It keeps you warm. It's like a cellophane kind of metal kind of pseudo metal kind of material, and it works phenomenally. So you should have a few of these. I have this in each one of my bug out bags. I have 2 in each bug out bag. Okay, so for these are for colder regions. You never know when you're going to bug out. People always assume that you're going to be somewhere warm because you live somewhere warm. It doesn't matter if you're living somewhere warm. If there's an explosion, if there's no sunlight, it's going to be cold. And it's great to have this to bring comfort and warmth. And you can, if this large one, you want to make sure you get a large one so that it can fit 2 people sometimes in it. So you can warm up 2 people. Okay, these are, you should have these. You can get them at the dollar store. Even though I have this wonderful gas mask, which is phenomenal. These inhalations, these little masks that you should have, and again, they should be sealed. I'll take one out for you just for point. These are the ones that the guys on the construction sites wear to keep their faces, you know, sealed from any debris. Okay, you cannot have enough of these. These are great to have. You know, you can get the thicker ones. I like to have them. You can double up on these. You take them, you know, you put them over your face, and it's a quick way. Okay, it's a quick way to quickly cover your face. in case you can't get anything else and you don't have a gas mask. You can double and triple up on these. These work. I just popped one, but you can keep these. Keep these disinfected. I just opened up the pack, but I'm going to put it in a plastic bag anyway. Keep several of these. You can get these from the dollar store. These are the construction men wear them. You can get the better kind. I like to get the little ones so that I can double up on it. Some of them actually have a thicker, meshy type of material and type to keep debris out of your face. I suggest you have a couple of them, and each bag for each person, you should keep these as extras. Because in case your oxygen mask, you ran out of the oxygen that only gave you a couple hours, then you know you at least have this. And actually you can use this in tandem with your oxygen mask, which is covering your head, okay? All right, let's go inside the bag. That wasn't inside the bag, family. That was on the outside. All that stuff that you saw was on the outside of my bag. That was not what was inside of the bag. We're going into the good nooks and crannies right now. We're getting the good stuff, okay? This is another gas mask. This is a different kind of gas mask. I was going on a gas mask frenzy. You know, I enjoy, I enjoy getting, you know, as a prepper, you know, preppers have a little bit of a fetish for buying prepping stuff. So even I have a portable toilet that is for my, it's in the garage. I have a portable toilet. Many people who are campers have it. It's wonderful. A portable toilet that all you need is a plastic bag to put inside, and it stands up, but you can wear it over your shoulder. It's not very, it's a little cumbersome, a little tiny bit. So I always feel if I have an emergency and I can actually put it in the truck, I'll keep the portable toilet with me just in case. But you don't have to. Remember, these are all extras. This is another gas mask. This is the other one that I have. Again, it's the same idea. This one's a little different. Now, you notice that this one is, this is the, obviously you have to always have the canteen with the oxygen. It's very important to have these. Like I said, you should have at least 2 in each bag. This is another type of oxygen gas mask. What you notice with this one is this one doesn't have the full-on head. This one is just a quick one that you put over your face. You'll see this is a standard one that you can wear. It's very easy to put on. You put this on pretty easy. I think this is one of my, oh, this is the little ones. This is for my little ones. This gas mask. I think I bought it for size to matter. And like I said, this is a little more strappy as opposed to the other one, okay? The other one actually covered the whole head. This one I think I bought because it was for, I actually just bought it because I wanted to see what the difference was. So, like I said, it's this one. And again, you have the canister, okay? And you can carry this one. This one is just as convenient. You can carry this over your shoulder, run around with it, hold this in your hand. If all you have is that, listen, in case of emergency, like I said, you can have the banana VIP, but you can have just a string and this and your gas mask and maybe just a pack of this. Look, I'm running and I have enough. I could shove some of this in my bra if I'm really clever. I'm just saying, you don't have to have the bug out bag. Don't make your prepping, don't make your ideology of what survival is keep you stamped to overwhelming amount of trying to do something perfect, because an emergency situation is no such thing as perfection. If you have one thing, you're above average. Okay, so don't make it a big deal about everything. I've just been prepping for a long period of time, so if you get, I always suggest this is very important. I think this is probably one of this and the med pack is the most important. And you know, if you can have the other stuff, cool. But if you can get that, I say that's great. Okay, so let me put this back in. Now, okay, I told you this is the stuff on the inside. So we get to the fun stuff on the inside. Yeah, it's a gas mask. This is a gas mask, but I have the other one, which is the one that goes all on full-on head. Did I show you Helsing? Because Helsing, you probably had this when you were abroad, because I know you were in the Middle East. So I'll just show you again real quick before I go on. Is I personally like this one. I have a couple of these. So I like this one personally because it's like a shower mask, like a shower cap, like, you know, a swimming cap. It's rubber. It protects your head and it goes all across your hair and so on. I've tried it on. I'm not going to do it now, but you know, it goes on like that. I love that it covers your head. This is one of my favorite ones. I have this one. It's convenient, but this one I really like the best. I think it gives you the most protection, and again, it comes with this cute little bag. Look, and it was only $18. I even had the tag on, 18 bucks. You can't beat that. People always say, oh, I can't prep, it's too expensive. You spend more money on getting a sandwich at Subway than you go and, you've got issued to me. You got that one issued? See? Helsing, that's a good one. That's the military one. Yeah. I mean, people spend more money. I spend more money going to Starbucks daily than spending on something that could long-term protect me. You know what I mean? So you have to really be rational. Okay, so let's get to this. This is my inner bag. This is all the goodies and gems that I have. This is the fun stuff. This is the stuff that when you're prepping, you're like, yes, I'm glad I have this. Okay, so let's go through a little bit of everything. You know, I get excited. Look, you already see I'm getting excited just from that. Okay, as you know, you should always have these ice. This holds ice and this holds water. This probably needs to, it's a little petrified. I gotta wet it. You remember these that your mother had? These are like the ice things. You put hot water or cold water in these. You have these. This is good for holding water in case you're going to a stream and you need to hold water. You can always have these. I prefer to have balloons. Balloons hold a lot of water and they can hold a deep amount of weight. But this is also good to have to fill in anything inside of it. Told you about the rope. You can never have it too much rope. This is a plastic clothesline. This is a sealed. It has a seal over it, so it's a little more protected than the other ropes. You can use this for any number of reasons. You can use this to pull and tow things. It's really strong and it's sturdy. You know, these two work sometimes in tandem depending on what you need the rope for. As you see, I'm into rope. I camp a lot. So rope, I always know that I need a necessity. I can also put this as, listen, gentlemen, this is for women. I put this inside of my shirt. Look, I put it inside of my shirt. I can carry rope on me. Sometimes you think to yourself, okay, I can't take the whole bag up because it's too heavy. They won't let me somewhere. You can put it inside of your shirt. Rope is something you can carry. It's very easy and it's very light. As you know, glow sticks, these are important to have these in case of emergency. You're out in the dark, your flashlight doesn't work, you didn't bring your interchangeable flashlight, you have these. These are wonderful. Break it, it lights up, you have light for at least 5 to 6 hours. This is a wonderful, this is actually a ninja's carry rope, right? You know about that, Jose. Listen, this is one of my Prepper perks. Plus, what is my Pepper Plus perkers? This is actually a compass right here. I have a compass on here on one side. I have a whistle on here. I have a rope in here, and inside, inside I'm supposed to, I think I use the matches. Inside you put your matches, okay? So look at this. Whistle, rope, compass. Put it in your bra. What? You're good. You put your gas mask, you have this in your bra, you have everything you need. Fire, compass, and you can find each other. This I love. You should buy this in everybody's bag. This is thebomb.com. I tell you, this is the fun bag. I love doing this bag. Okay. These are my herbs. Now, June 23rd, green onions. Okay. Everything I garden, as you know, I'm a super gardener. I seal packed everything that I garden. So remember, I grew, especially when I was living a little more north, I grew everything. So green onions, which are wonderful for cooking and making soups like scallions. I took my seal, I have a sealer. I took my sealer and I put my ninja. I put my sealer and I have green onions in here. This is wonderful. This is good for making soups. It makes everything taste really yummy. Oh, what's that? Oh. Uh-oh. I think I just had something break apart. Okay. This is my, obviously I have a whole bunch of walkie-talkies. This is a good walkie-talkie. This is my Motorola one. I think in each pack I have 4. I have 4 in total. These are wonderful to have just if you're going short distances, somebody's scouting. You always want to have walkie-talkies on your cell phone towers. May not be up. Most likely they won't have walkie-talkies as another option. The further distance that the walkie-talkies work, it's the best. Always make sure you have in everybody's pack. Make sure you have batteries and extra batteries, or you have solar walkie-talkies. Okay. These are storage tools. I always use these. I like to tow. I have a truck. So I use stuff like this, like if I want to toast some wood or something, I can put this on the end of that. And I keep tools like this around because you find different ways to be resourceful with little tools like this. Again, it's very lightweight. It doesn't weigh anything, but you can also use this to screw in the end of something. You can also use this as a way to field energy or to pipe something to get some sort of electricity. So I love these. Gerber Multitude is good. Oh, really? Yes. I love that, Helsing. Helsing should know. He just came out of the woods. Okay? Okay. Okay, these are rope tighteners. These are good to have. I have a whole bunch of these as rope tighteners. These are to tighten wood. I mean, ropes. I have a lot of rope, as you see. I carry rope. These are great for tightening ropes, okay? So these are little, I think this was like 25 cents. You buy a couple of these. You put them in each of the packs. Okay, I have a sewing kit. You can't do it's having thread, needles. This is phenomenal. If somebody ever has an open abrasion or they have a gash in their leg and they require for you to sew them sew them closed. People always are squeamish about this. You disinfect it with overproof rum, which you do have. I do have in a little container, and you sew them up. I mean, when you're in emergency situations, that's what I'm saying. A lot of times having med books and studying med books yourself, rather than allowing third parties to always do everything for you, you should know how to sew up your own leg or sew up something impossible and to numb it. A lot of times things like this are wonderful to have. You can buy a medium assault pack. Oh, that's actually good. So always have a sewing pack. This is really good. It has all the threads and everything. And again, one little thread can hold up a tent the whole night. I've learned to prep on 0 and I've learned to prep on a lot. Again, you can't have enough wet wipes. You should just have wet wipes just for the heck of it. They're lightweight. It doesn't matter if it dries up. It's still disinfected. It's still sterile. Burt's Bees. I have Burt's Bees toothbrushes. These are great. I bought these a while ago. Burt's Bees. These are wonderful little hygienic toothbrushes. They're very lightweight. Keeps in here in case you want to brush your teeth. A lot of times if you don't have anything to brush your teeth, you can use something like charcoal to brush your teeth, which keeps your mouth disinfected. It's actually wonderful if you don't have toothpaste to use charcoal. So if you're cooking things and you use wood, you take some of that burnt wood, you brush your teeth with it, keeps your teeth white, and it keeps your mouth disinfected. Okay? Obviously, you should have a whole bunch of these. If you have ties, it's always good to have extra ties. I keep a bunch of them. Okay. All right. Light my fire. This is fun. Now, this is something as a prepper, you can have these. A lot of people, this is called the Swedish Fire Street Scout. Light my fire. This is like a classic flint. Okay? Flint, if you haven't used it, practice, get this. You can get this from any place. This is a fire starter. You can have matches, but matches run out. This is forever. Okay, a flint will work for most of the majority of the time because it uses kinetic energy to actually, like, it just sparks. Okay, get one of these. I have these in each pack. Okay, hand and toe warmers. You have one, Sensei? That's perfect. It's good to have it. You can never have, to me, it's priceless to have a flint. Because anywhere you have, matches, again, is a luxury, but matches run out. What if you're prepping for like 2 to 3 weeks? All your matches are done. What are you going to use to start fire? You can wait and use a magnifying glass, but that's like, you know, it's like patience like crazy, okay? So also, these are, again, toe and hand warmers. You can never have enough of those. When people going into shock from cold or hypothermia, you need to have some of these. You can put it on your chest to warm you up. Also, make sure you have cayenne pepper when people are about to have a heart attack or a stroke. Cayenne pepper can stop a heart attack. So you keep a little, I think I have it in my other pack. Cayenne pepper is very important. You should keep, not the bottle, don't keep the glass, but keep it in a container. Try not to keep it in the plastic container. Try to keep it in something a little more conducive, and that's also a way to stop a heart attack, is having cayenne pepper. Okay, so hold on, let me put these back. Hope you're not getting bored. This is what I do with my girlfriends when they used to come over my house. We sit down on the floor and we go through my prepping bag. It would give me an excuse to actually clean it out. Like right now, what you guys are doing is you're giving me a reason to go through my prepping bag and kind of rejudge everything, kind of fix things, replace things that need to be replaced. Because a lot of times these things I've had for years. So some things I'll look at and go through, especially with the medications and stuff, you have to toss them. You can't use old medications, you get sick. Well, if you have any medications, it's better to have old than nothing. But if you can replace it now, like the Tylenol for babies and stuff like that, I can replace that. It's very easy. Just toss the old one and replace it with the new one. Always go through your pack at least every year. I haven't done my pack, and you know, I got a little lax over the last couple of years, but I still look at it every once in a while. Okay? And again, you should always have batteries. Batteries should be in every pack of every size. Okay? Now this plastic bag has to be replaced because now it's ripping and I need to keep it hygienic. Now this is the gold.com prepping. Liver cleansing defense. You know, I know you guys saw like the bootleg version of the real, you know, the sociopathic version of medicines, but you know, FleurBrun had to come with the real deal holy fool. I came with the naturopathic. So this is liver cleanse and defense. This is amazing. If someone's going through toxemia or they're going through issues of being, you know, getting exposed to chemicals and poisons, this is wonderful. I kept this as a #1 thing that I have. I have colloidal silver up the gazoo. Colloidal silver is the bomb.com for disinfection. You take this daily, it'll keep your systems clean and aesthetic. This is very important to have. You know, I have to have peroxide. Peroxide will also disinfect and kill pathogens in water. You always have peroxide. It clears and clears. You can clean off your abrasions. You put it in your water. I have Candicid Fort, which is awesome for getting rid of any metals in your system. You want to clear out your system from anything, chemical warfare, barium in the sky, aluminum. This is the bomb.com. Okay? Wow, I really did a good job. Dermatox. Dermatox is actually another disinfectant to get any chemicals and any chemical or nutricide welfare inside of you. How do I get these things? I went to Whole Food stores and I paid a lot of money for each one of these, but these last long term. A lot of these things will last 10 to 12 years without, and then they'll last longer, but 10 to 12 years. Epicor. Epicor is another system clearing system. Epicor allows for the healthy homeostasis of your pancreas. Okay. This is a life source. Now, if you can get none of that, do have grapeseed. And you've heard this on every prepper station. If you shouldn't, now you know. Proceed. Grapeseed extract. This is the bomb.com you brush your teeth with. You can put it on washcloth, wash your face. This is amazing. It's so concentrated. Just a little drop will keep your mouth, your eyes, everything clean. Grapeseed oil is the bomb.com. This is liquid concentrate. This costs a mint to get, but it's worth to have. You have to have this in your pack. If nothing else, this and colloidal silver, okay, and some peroxide. These are the three that you should have. Peroxide, the grapeseed oil, and colloidal silver. Okay? Okay, these are like little lotions. I kept little lotions, little natural lotions that are good to keep your hands moist so that you don't get cracked. This is a little natural little soap. It's very concentrated. You can put this on your hands or your hair if you have to wash it while you're out and about to keep yourself very clean and clear. This is something, I don't know what it's for. This is something, it looks like it's for a feminine something. Sometimes I have things in here and I know they're purposeful. Can someone look this up? Can you look and see what that's for? I know it's purposeful for something. This is what I'm saying. At times, like I'll be looking at prepper shows or I'll go to prepper things and then I'll hear about it, buy it, and then forget what it's for. But it's purposeful for something. But you should know what's in your pack. I don't know what this is for. If you look it up, we'll find out what it's for. It's for something. It's in the important pack, so it's for something important. Okay, so those are my most important. That's my most important. This is heavier. These are things that I love to have, like peroxide again for disinfecting water, getting rid of pathogens out of water. This colloidal silver, you take this daily, every day. You will keep these little nasty little viruses and things out of your system. Keep your pH properly cohesive. Grapeseed oil. I can't say it enough. And these are like liver cleanses, things that cleanse your blood. Saraseed is a wonderful thing to clean your blood if it's a herb. Make sure you seal dry pack it. It's good to have it in your pack. Okay, that's a Caribbean herb that a lot of Caribbean people use to clear their blood out, clean their blood out, especially if you get poisoned. And it clears out your blood from metals. Okay. All right, this one, again, this is another pack. Oh, this is wonderful. This is my other pack here. How do I pack all this stuff? I'll show you what I pack it in. I put everything in layers in my bag. This is very lightweight. This is very lightweight. This doesn't require a lot of space. Okay. This is what I bought. This is what I was talking about earlier. This little thing here is a container I bought. I bought the container for like nothing, I think at Dick's. What I have in here is I did a prepper pack. This is my prepper pack that I have in case I just needed to run, meaning that this is a prepper pack that I would run with if I need be to get out quickly and I just needed something and I wanted to bring something quick and easy. This has about 10 cotton balls with petroleum jelly on them. Each cotton ball can start one fire very easily. It's very flammable. I have this so I can start 10 fires with one container. Some people put 15. I made it a little more conducive because I have a couple of these. This is my fire starter kit. One of these and a flint can start a fire immediately. Okay? I love these. I bought these at, I think I bought that at the prepper store. pH. You know I'm a gardener and I'm an epicurist, so I always carry around pH patches and testers. You're welcome. pH, you want to test the pH of your water and you want to test the pH of your soil anywhere that you are. And also you can test the pH of your urine to see if you're highly acidic. See, this is a 3-tier plus pH tester. You can test your urine to see if you're highly acidic, if you need some alkalinity. You can test the soil to see if it's really acidic, if there's any sort of issues with the soil around you, and also you can test the water that you're actually going to drink. So you want to keep one of these. They're not very expensive. I think it's like $5-6. Keep that in your pack. And these are obviously the more durable masks. These are the masks, the really more professional masks that the construction workers. This is thicker. This is less permeable. These are the bomb.com. Okay. I have so much more. And this is one pack. Listen, this is my backpack. This is only one bug out bag. This is what I'm telling you. If I'm traveling with 3 people, I have 3 other bags. If we lose a bag, we have one bag that has everything. So each bag has the capability of sustaining 3 to 4 people easily. So my one pack can sustain about 5 to 6 people without any problems. So if we lose a pack or lose 2 packs, we're still good with one. Remember that. Okay? This is another container that I have. Okay? Obviously, you have latex gloves, non-latex gloves. Sorry. I have balloons. As I said, it's easier to carry water in balloons. Sometimes balloons expand. They're easy to carry and they won't pop, and you can transfer water back and forth to a spot rather than trying to do it in little containers. Okay? So I have tons of balloons. Okay, these are great. I got these from Dick's. These are emergency ponchos. You should have a poncho or at least 2 in each pack of ponchos in case it's raining. Now, if you take this again is not permeable. You take that along with your gas mask, you have yourself a barrier between you and whatever's coming down, whether it's acid rain, whether it's ash, whether it's a pathogen of some sort of aerial kind of pathogen. This poncho is very necessity. If it's raining, you know, the weather is not permissible, you definitely have to have a poncho. Keep the large ones. If you have the little ones, still get the large ones. Some mothers will get the small ones. Don't do it. A large one will protect your child's whole body. So it's better to get a larger one for the little one and tie it at the bottom than to get a little one that's too short, and then they end up getting exposed to some sort of, you know, aerial agent. Okay. Now, when you keep things like gloves and so on, keep your gloves there. I have gloves everywhere, so I have gloves in packs. So I have these. I have balloons as well. Okay. This is what you call an emergency list pack. Now, with this, it's so funny. This is how long ago. This is my marriage license in here. I actually have my marriage license in here. Big up to my Knox DX. I should burn this. But no, for all good intention purposes. This is wonderful. This is air and watertight. Any important paperwork you have, passports or anything like that, I actually have a place to put your passports in, but this is a thing that has a dual sealer. You can't even open it by opening it this way. This seals any important documents that you have, any paper money that you have, anything that you want to document. What happens sometimes, why I got this, is if me and my husband were separated and we had a child each, then they could actually, you know, sometimes when people die too, you identify your partner with your marriage license saying, this is my husband, I want to be able to take his body. Things like that. I'm just saying, it's important to put all your important documents. As you see, this is dry sealed and so on. You can't get into this and you can't even get in. So it keeps air and water out. So that tells you how long ago. This is my marriage license. So you put birth certificates in here, passports and things like that. I have another place for your passports, but you can also put them in here. Okay, this is a fire starter. Oh, wow. This is a fire starter. I must have put it in here. See, I always buy goodies and throw them in my packs. This is a fire starter. What is only $2 and change? I don't know where I got it from. Non-toxic. I guess you could just light this up and it flames up. So you don't need wood to be a starter. Like you wouldn't have to get drier. Let's say you were in a place that maybe the wood was a little damp. You can use something like this to start it. So you just set this on fire. This is kind of cool. I didn't even know I had it. Again, toe warmers, I have them everywhere. I used to live in a cold region, so this is very important. But again, at nighttime, this can make the difference of you being freezing cold or being warm and comfortable, especially if you have little ones. I like that I have this. Never know. Wow. Yeah. This is all in one pack, family. So I know you're take breaks from this video because you're gonna need it because it'll overwhelm you. This is a real bug out bag. This is not a bug out bag that normally you'll see people do. This is actually a prepper's bug out bag. These are for the preppers that are long-term preppers who understand that you need a lot of things in order to live cohesively. I can survive for weeks outside of a house and months most likely. Okay, this is my glass case, which I gotta clean. Okay, I gotta clean this. This is a glass case. It looks like it has soap, some sort of soap on it. Hold on, my phone is reacting. Come on. Okay, this is what we call olive oil soap. This is a big bar soap. I made this. Wow, I made this a while ago. This is olive oil soap. You take a big box soap like this. This will last you for a month or more. This is great. You can use it to wash clothing, your face, your body, dishes, what have you. I made a whole bunch. I used to make soaps, especially when the little ones were really little. So I make box soaps, cut them up. And this is olive oil and just basic, soap, what is it? Glycerin and olive oil. And this is the soap I made. So it's olive oil soap. Again, these are glass cases with glasses. So, and also in the glass cases, I have my husband's old glasses. I have things like things for the eyes. So eye drops. So in each glass case, I have something eye drops and glasses, just in case we don't have. And again, these are good bartering system for people who can't see, who lost their glasses. Even if I can actually use my old husband's glasses to barter for maybe some fruits and vegetables, because I don't need his glasses anymore. So somebody may need to see and they can't see. So we have we have tons of glasses. Look, I have prescription sunglasses in here, and I also have contacts. So I can grab one of these glass cases, and I have contacts in here as well. Okay, so I prepped for, in case I can only take one of these, but I have about a couple spare pairs of glasses. And again, I can use anything as bartering. Just remember, not everything in a prepper bag is for you. It's actually for you to be able to survive in the bartering system as well. Obviously, I have tons of toothbrushes. Hygienic toothbrushes. Again, a toothbrush falls in the dirt, there's poop around the camp, you don't know what's around. You don't want to use toothbrushes for too long. Having extra toothbrushes works. Lighted splinter tweezers. These are phenomenal. I've used these before in camping situations. This is lighted, and it's a lighted splinter. So situation at nighttime, you get a big splinter, or it's daytime and you can't see. These work phenomenally. It lights up and you can get a splinter out. This is bomb.com. Lip balms. This is closed, fresh mint. These are wonderful. You need to keep it, being in situations where you may not have enough water, or you're chapped, or you're stressed out, your body pH is off, your lips dry. Chapped lips can bleed, cause all kinds of issues hygienically. Always have an extra lip balm case. Ear care. This is ear cleaning solution. You can clean your ear with this. This is a good disinfection in case you get stuff stuck in your ear, wax buildup, or what have you. This is great. And again, for toothpaste, that's not the biggest deal. Like I showed you, I have grapeseed oil, which is phenomenal for cleaning your teeth. It's one of the best. And charcoal, okay? You can carry toothpaste. I don't think I carried any any toothpaste in any of these bags, because it's not a necessity for me. That's probably the least prioritized thing, because I have the grapeseed oil, and also I know charcoal does wonders. Now, on the side of my bag, yes, this is in my bag, people. This is in my bag. I carry a huge, huge American map, okay? Learn how to read a map, okay? Wherever you are, you need to have one of these. This is big, but remember, I'm a woman of a certain age. I need to read a little easier, and it fits in my pack. So this actually sits on the side of my pack. I have United States, Canada, and Mexico. So I had made sure that I got all the bordering cities and countries that I need in case I have to get out of here. It doesn't matter if I have to go as far as Canada, I have a map to take me there. I don't care if I have to go as far as Mexico, I have a map to take me here. Make sure you get regional maps that extend to the countries that border your country. Okay? Because in case of a situation, of bombing situations, you have to get out. You may want to be able, you may have to walk, or you may have to drive to get to those borders, and you have to know where those borders are and be able to find the routes, easiest routes, and alternative routes that you need to be able to get those to those places. Okay? Baby and child emergency first aid handbook. I like to have handbooks because, again, you are not taking medical school. Unless you went to medical school, a lot of times you don't even know how to bandage a basic wound. This is a great book to have. Again, you can go to your pediatrician and they'll give you this for free. Usually they have these on site. You want to have these because in case of emergencies, in case of something as far as like breathing issues with your child or yourself, whether it's a child or yourself, this book is good for an adult or for a child. It gives you basic tips on how to address certain issues, convulsions and seizures, choking, burns, breathing, cataract emergency. I mean, there's everything in this book. Please, if you can, have this book on site. As a parent, I urge you to really have this. Sometimes in emergencies or in situations where we don't know what we're doing and we're stressed and maybe we just don't have the capacity to even kind of get those archives that we know, or we just don't know how to deal with something that is health related, this will be helpful. Okay. in my pack. Okay. Okay. I'm a seed saver. I see I have to replace some of these. I'm a seed saver. So I save seeds and I know how to dry them so that they survive. These are seeds from every fruit, vegetable that I've grown myself. These are heirlooms based on the fact that I've farmed for over 20 years. I've saved every seed. So what I do is I put them in one of these packs, and I save seeds so that if I go somewhere and have to bunker down for a long period of time, these are my heirloom seeds. Some of these I paid, oh, I want to lose my seeds. Some of these I paid a lot of money for, like my eggplant, this one, onions, kale, tomatoes, peppers, spinach, collards. This is from Georgia. These are actually the best collards in the world. If you need seeds from collards, these are seeds at thebomb.com. If I grow some more, I'll give people seeds. I always yield my seeds and I give it to all my friends. So as soon as I get a good yielding of anything that I grow, I give away the seeds, especially if they're heirlooms. Lettuce, carrot, ooh, and watermelon. Okay, so these are all the seeds. I have more. I have to probably put them in a different pack because I see that my bag. And you have to be careful with your seeds because animals and birds and squirrels love seeds. You leave your pack anywhere, they smell seeds a mile away. They'll go in your pack, especially mice. This is cabbage, broccoli, and red long peppers, which I love. These are the cayenne. This is my cayenne peppers. Actually, I have to remember these. These are my favorite to grow. Okay, so you want to keep all your seeds sealed and make sure that, again, you keep them inside the inner core of your pack. Like I said, squirrels and birds, they smell seeds a mile away. They will tear up your pack, and mice. They will tear up your pack just to get to your seeds. Please, these are like gold. This is a gold mine. These are all heirloom seeds, and these are heirlooms that are over 50 years, which is hard to get. It was like I had to go through the Fort Knox to get these and grow these. So all these I've grown already, but these are these, and these are the ones that I've yielded myself in my own packs, okay? So, hold on. As I'm doing this, I'm cleaning my pack. I know it's like spending the whole day with me talking about bags. Hold on. Okay, this is, oops, I have another one. Oh, basil. Basil's there too. I can't forget my basil. Okay, I can actually throw that out. Okay. All right, what do you think this is? Socks, 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 and more socks. I will show you, it's not important, but it is important. Oh, I had a baby. It's so cute. I don't know why I have this. I guess I saved it. These are little, I don't need this anymore, but if I have a baby, I will have to have these. These are like little long sleeve things to put on them to cover their arms and so on. I guess I kept them when the girls were really little pants. I guess I kept the little clothing for them. I didn't even realize they did that. Okay. Wow. This is actually, okay. So really, I just wanted to show the socks. You need to keep waterproof, moisture resistant socks. I paid about $20 for these socks, and there's a couple pair of them. There's a couple pairs of them, okay? These are important. Why? Is because your feet have to be dry and they need to be clean. Remember, gangrene and all these funguses and all kinds of pathogens grow on wet, damp things. And if you have a pair of shoes where your feet are damp all the time, you can't change, you don't want to take off your shoes, you've got socks that are wet and moist, it's going to cause issues. Make sure, oh yes, or buy foot powder. Very good, Helsing. Yes, foot powder. Listen to Helsing because these are very important things. Your feet have to be highly hygienic, and also getting foot powder that has that antifungal, antiseptic kind of approach. So I'm going to keep the little people's clothing in there because there might be little people, and hopefully, or I can barter with this as well. So I guess I packed these when the girls were little people, and with the anticipation that if anything happened, I had little leggings and stuff for them at the time. Now, mind you, this is all, again, I want to remind you, this is all in my bug out bag, my one bug out bag. I did not go to the other ones yet. And I'm not going to do it to you because I don't want to torture you for the full amount of video. I wanted to give you an idea of some of the things. If you want to know what's in the other packs, I don't mind showing you, but I don't want to bore you in the video because it's basically me going through the whole pack and giving you an ideology. Okay. Okay, so as you know, I am a bit of a jungle girl. So I keep things like this. This is wonderful to cut off pieces of sides of things. Dead wood on the ground. I always keep one of these, what are these called? Like a camp axe. We always used to have these at the campgrounds. Like they're usually old. I bought a new one. This is wonderful to have. This is wonderful so you can cut off some abrasions, some extra wood. Oh, it's pretty sharp even through here. You want to have one of these. This fits in my pack beautifully. It's short and stout, and you can easily utilize it. You need this. This is like one of the perks of having things. Okay? Okay? Rubber bands. I just keep them. Tons of rubber bands. What can I use them for? I won't know, but it's great to have something resourceful, especially if you need to. Maybe I want to seal something. Maybe I want to close something with plastic over and I need a rubber band. Rubber bands you need. So just keep them as an extra, as a perk of maybe having to utilize it for something and not really knowing right now what you may have to use it for, but it'll be creative whenever you get in a scenario where you have to use it. Wow. Again, I have more disinfectant and more meds. Okay, so, wow. You can tell first aid is my priority. Again, these are some sort of painkillers that the dentist gave me years ago that, again, when people say, because I remember the first time I got, what was this, like, years ago, I went and had with your wisdom tooth removed. Okay, so the dentist went and gave me, no, he said, do you want to get painkillers? Because usually they give you, like, I don't know, Tylenol, something rather, with codeine, which makes me really sick. I was like, I can't do that. But he gave me some really strong ones, and I said no. But my husband, being much more resourceful in his mind as far as this, he was like, you can put that in your prepper bag, so in case of emergency of pain. And I was like, oh, I never thought about that. I may not use it now, but this is good bartering material. So these that are some sort of pain medication, if somebody needs pain medication and I need something of theirs, again, I barter with this. Ibuprofen, which you definitely need. Anti-diarrhea. Okay, so this is one of the important. I remember going to a prepper convention. Anti-diarrhea. Usually when you have a parasite in your stomach, you lose a lot of your liquids through having diarrhea. A lot of people get diarrhea and times when they're really, really stressed or so on, and you lose a lot of your liquid intake and you lose a lot of your moisture through diarrhea. So this is anti-diarrhea. It's really good to have to stop that. This is gas relief for anything gassy causing you gas issues. Unless you have GCPD deficiency like I do, don't use pain medications. I didn't know that. Thanks for that one. Okay, I have this, which I think I may have gotten in Mexico. I got meds from Mexico. I got tons of them. I don't know what it's for. I've got this. I guess you can look it up. It's called Almortriptan. Almortriptan. I don't know what it's for. I should probably find out. I should really put notes on these to find out what they are because some of these I didn't label. So this is something that I know is important because I put it in my pack. At the time, I probably knew what it was, but I've lost that. Swimmer's aid. This is for your ears. For people who have ear issues, swimmer's ears, you know, this is a good ear disinfectant thing. Marine Plus, which is for your eyes. You need some eye drops. Oh, hydrocortisone cream. You need this. Triple antibiotic ointment. Need that. Okay. So you, as you see, I have like, these are in the side pockets of my bag. So these are like little things, side things that I have. And again, if you don't utilize the majority of thing, if you're on a foot more than 16 miles, you're going to need muscle relaxer. Okay, so we have the ibuprofen. Good for telling us that one. That is important. Because sometimes you're on feet for a long period of time and you don't know how long you have to walk or track to find safety or to get out of danger. Okay. Okay, this is, oh, I don't know if I can show this. You know how YouTube is funny. This is, you already know what it is, okay? So I'm going to hide this part because sometimes they'll ban the video. This is a knife, but it's like one of those types of knives that you can use for anything, cutting things up, doing things like that. So it comes with plastic over it. So this is wonderful to have, okay? So I have this in my bag just as, or as a weapon in case somebody's coming for you as well. Hopefully you have firearms. I know in Europe you're not allowed firearms, so having something like that is good. This is a multi-purpose a task force. This is called task force. So this is everything. This actually it's not out of the wrap. So I don't want to take it out of the wrap. So this has everything. This has like a thing to open up. What does it have? This does everything, I guess. It has a knife. It has something to open, can opener. It has a jagged edge. It has everything. So it's called task force. These I keep on the side for easy access, like the knife. I keep on the side in case I need it quickly. And like I said, our family in Europe cannot have it. So this this is a little flashlight thingy. What is this? Energy. Okay, this is something rather, some sort of little flashlight. Ever ready? Some of these things I don't know what they're for. Oh no. Okay, oh, yes. This is like a little light. So this, I think I anticipated to buy this for my little ones. I think I have to put a battery or it's lit. This is to light up, I think, underneath water. I'm not quite sure, but this is some sort of light source. Okay, this is obviously a multi-purpose, this again called task force. This is like a multi-purpose screwdriver. So you can use this and it has different ends of the screwdriver. It has a Phillips and it has actually the flat one. So this one you can use for a number of different purposes. These again are on the side for emergencies. Ah, here we go. This is portable aqua. This is what many campers use for water. You put one tab of water, it clears up the water really quick. This is a quick, easy way. If you're still at the beginning stages of prepping, this is a comfort. You put this in your water, you put it in, and bam, your water's clean and clear. I always say boil it for good, safe, for you getting in good habits, but this will clear out your water. You can get this at any portable, it's called portable water. It's emergency drinking water, germicidal tablets. I always like to clear, especially if there's metal agents in the sky, if you're outdoors, I always like to put it through a little bit of charcoal to get rid of some of the sediments of metal. But this will clear your water from anything that's, like, any sort of antimicrobial type of organisms. Okay, this. This is something. I think this is heat wave security. Ah, this is mace. I didn't even know what it was. This is mace. Ah, I guess I put all my security stuff on the side. This is mace. If anybody's messing with you, it's actually small enough so you can kind of hide it. And if they mess with you, just mace them in the face. The span of spray is really wide. So if somebody comes up on you and even if they have a weapon, they're not expecting something this small to be in your hand. You keep, because your hand is closed. It doesn't look like you have a weapon in your hand. You can keep this closed or in your brassiere and you quickly just spray them. And it gives you at least a little time to run. Okay, and make sure when you're running, you never run in a straight line. You kind of run jagged so that it's harder for someone to shoot you or try to come at you if you're running jagged. Now, if they're coming straight at you running, then you run straight and you run fast. And if you get a chance, spray them. Spray them straight in their eyes so that you at least get some time span before. And like you say, ladies, you know, if you can get for the bottom area and kick them between the legs, you know, you do that really quick. That gives you buys you a little bit of time. Okay, that's not enough by a tactical knife that can cut through a person's easily. A tactical knife well, I think I have that. Well, I have the knife here, but also I have firearms. So I mean, I'm a licensed gun holder. So I mean, we have a couple things so that at least if someone comes, at least at the point of you know, whatever, and also have a pen. Okay. So family, that is my one pack. So we opened everything in that one pack. Now, what you didn't see is the hard hat, and I have a water thing on the side. So that pack alone roughly is, I think, a little less than 75 pounds. You saw the multitude of things in that pack, and that generally is all the stuff that I carry in there. Okay? Now, things that I have in the other bags are like things that are not necessarily a necessity. I carry the main pack. As the person in your bug out bag group, you want to have somebody who's strong, who has the most amount of dexterity, who's sturdy to carry the main pack. The main pack has the majority of things. The other packs have subsidiaries of the other packs, but if the main pack, but you have other goodies. Like this, I have a camp scrubber to scrub dishes and do things like that. In the other packs, I have things like little, you know, I have little, you know, syringes in case I need them. Now, this is not my pack. The other pack, I have the waterproof, again, another marriage license. I don't know why I needed tons of a marriage license. Okay. Now, I always have this, carrying a compass around you. He's like, when is it supposed to hit the fan? Any day left. Remember, I have a compass like this. This is a compass that I carry. You can carry it around your neck. This is great to keep around your little people. Get them accustomed to reading compasses. Practice with your little ones so that they know where east, north, and south is. Well, supposedly, the full-on pole shift is coming in 7 years. But as you see, they are going to propel a war. So I predict that, you know, they might hit the United States of America, North Korea in December. That's just my prediction. I could be wrong, but I say it's better to be safe than sorry. This is my favorite little book. This is my little survival book that I carry. I take notes in here too. Okay, so if you don't have this, everyone should have the SAS survival guide. Look how small it is. This is thebomb.com. You know everything in this book. Look. You could go to any page in this book and it tells you exactly, like coastal areas. It tells you about the coastal areas, where you should go, what you should do when you're in a coastal area, and what to look out for. It tells you how to read the stars. So if you don't have a compass, it tells you how to read the alignment of the stars so you find out what direction you're going into. It tells you body signals, artificial respiratory help, internal bleeding. It tells you what to do with internal bleeding. This is thebomb.com. I bought this book. You should have this. Actually, I'm going to put it in my main pack. I had it in the second pack, the second main pack, but I think I'm going to put this, I can fit this in my main pack. So you want to put the SAS survival guide in that pack. This is for disaster preparedness, pocket survival kit, hunting and trapping, building shelter and making fire, first aid, and wilderness medicine. This is thebomb.com. I forgot I even had it. Okay. This is mesh. Ooh, what's that? This is ooh. Sometimes you have a little. This is like a mesh. You can use this as, for those who still hunt and fish, you can use this as a fishing net. Also, you can use this to take out sediment out of water and filter out your water by putting sediment on top of this and putting, you know, leaching your water through it. Again, I have another, wow, I have all my thingamajiggy. Okay. This is important if you're going out at night and you want to make sure that people can see you and you're walking along the roads. This is wonderful to have. Again, this is not in my main pack. These are extras. This is things that you have that are extras. These are the necessities of being in a bug out situation. But buy what is known as dressing. It's comprised of little balls designed to prevent you from bleeding out. Ah, what is it called? Wait, what is it called, Helsing? Wait, Helsing, what is it? Buy what is known as dressing. It combines of little balls designed to prevent you. I have that in the other one. Yes, yes, you're right, Helsing. I have that in my other pack. The pack that I brought out, the dressing, it has the little things to keep you from bleeding out, from coming out. It actually absorbs. Thank you for that, though. So this you can wear as something to make you glow at night so that you're seen publicly. And again, this is in my secondary pack. This is not in the main pack. You don't necessarily have to keep this. You don't need it, but it's an extra. And like I said, your main pack should have everything that is needed for long-term survival. Your secondary pack should have the comforts of everything that you need, that you don't necessarily need, but are comforts of what you would desire to have long-term in a survival situation. Okay. These are things like salt and pepper, and you know, these are like all the herbs to cook with. These are like herbs. See, this is in the secondary pack. This is not something that you need. I'm not going to take the weight on my pack to put this on, but if the person you're with has their secondary pack, this is all the stuff like herbs to cook and make things with. If you're making soups and stoops over the thing. You have charcoal. This is charcoal in case somebody gets poisoned. Charcoal can also filter out water. You have charcoal in this pack. I told you I have colloidal silver. Colloidal silver is a bomb.com. Anything, any parasites or anything in someone's body, you use this colloidal silver. Chlorella. Chlorella disinfects. You know, chlorella, you take that, any green in your body helps to keep a healthy homeostasis and pH, and also it kills any of the acidic things if your body becomes too acidic. It'll help to alkaline you. Okay. What they seem to have in this pack is tuna. For those who eat meat, who are meat eaters, this is a tuna pack. I guess it's like a dried up tuna pack that's hard. It softens in water for putting tuna in soups or making something with tuna. Okay. This is a kit. This is again in the secondary pack. This is a hygiene kit. This is tweezers, nail clipper, toothbrush, nail file. These are things you have in the secondary pack. Is a necessity. No, it's not. It's something extra. Hold on. Okay. It's something extra, but if you have it and you have the secondary pack, this is a luxury. This is a luxury item. Okay. I keep these as, you know, these go on top of cars and so on. This is, you know, these are, what are they called? Tarps? What are they called? What are they called? I forgot what these are called again. You put these on top to strap things on top of your truck or so on. This is great. Bungees, thank you. Bungees are great to have. Again, this is in my secondary pack. This is not an important item necessarily, but it's an extra. You always want to make sure you have something like this. What time is it? Okay. Can openers. This is wonderful. This is a bulky can opener. I actually have a little can opener that's not this bulky. But again, this is in my secondary pack. This is a luxury item. These are glycerin suppositories. These are for people who have issues having to go to the bathroom. Remember we had anti-diarrhea? These are suppositories to help you go to the bathroom in case you get constipated. These are wonderful to have. You should also have this with you. Underneath my truck seat, I actually have liquid glycerin, which will help a person go to the bathroom as well. As you know that you can also use, okay. Now these are wonderful. I keep a couple of these. I forgot to put them in my other pack. This is eucalyptus. This is what you inhale with. These are neti pot eucalyptus. I use this daily anyway, just now. This will help you with the aerosol issues, especially with chemtrails or anything in the sky. This will help to defrag and mute and actually keep your body with a healthy air, breathing clear. So this has eucalyptus. Eucalyptus helps to neutralize anything that's aerial. Okay, these are great for children. You sniff it. It's nothing goes in there. It's just the air of smelling it. You should keep these. Actually, I could keep this in my main pack. I don't have this in my main pack, but I had it in my subsidiary pack. But I think this is almost like a necessity. So I'm actually going to put this in my main pack in one of them and keep the other one there. Antiseptic solution. Many of you have been to the hospital. You know that generally this is iodine. Iodine is great for disinfecting. You can also put a little drop of this in water to disinfect it. This is great for any scars, abrasions, anything big. You want to keep this. I keep it in a plastic bag also because if it ever gets loose, it's dark. You know how iodine dyes everything. Okay? This is in my subsidiary. This is my extra pack. This is not my main pack again. This is my sub pack. This is a specialized contact case. I think this is a neutralizing contact case. I must have bought this at some sort of survival store. It does something like it takes off the chemicals of your contact case. This is an extra tie and a thing that you keep in case somebody needs it quickly. This one is not put into plastic. This is kind of thrown in the bag. But listen, if you needed something quickly to tie a broken arm or something together, this is just amazing to have. Okay. Again, pocket knife, you can never have enough. Multitask pocket knife, it has everything on here, can opener, so on. These are great to have as an option. These are what I'm talking about, the can openers. Remember I had the big bulky can openers? I'm at 10%. These are the bulky can openers. These are can openers that you use. This is how you would open up a can. This is a little can opener. You actually practice on this a little bit, but this will open up any can. This is very easy. You can actually put in your brassiere so that if you need something like this, you could just carry it yourself so that you can open up cans. If you decide that you're hungry, you need to go somewhere and there's no can openers, this is easy and breezy to carry. I bought a couple of these. And again, I have more neti pot sniffers. Again, I guess in my sub pack, just like the other pack, I have another one of these. I hear the actual whatchamacallit in here, the match. Okay, remember it's a dual thing. It's a whistle, it has a rope, it has matches inside, and it has a compass. Okay. Yes, I have I have sleeping bags tied together in another pack. The sleeping bags go underwards. We have sleeping bags on each bag and flashlights that are actually retractable, wind up flashlights. Oh, I'll show you the flashlight in a minute. Hold on. Okay. I have something else. I don't know what this is. Oh, I have a drink mixer. This is like a mixer. It's a hand mixer that one can use for mixing. Again, I have the warmer. I have tons of Q-tips and Vaseline for fire starting. I have a pair of old stockings. The old stockings is used for filtration. Most people don't realize, how do you filtrate water? You take an old pair of stockings. I made sure this is thick. You take this to filter out water, you pour it through, you put sand and sediment over it, and with the charcoal, as the water goes through, it filtrates. Keep stockings on you. One pair of stockings can last you for at least 20 to 30 filtrations, and you can recycle them. Okay, more plastic pan thingies. I actually have a funnel as well. okay? Wow, I'm gonna have a lot of, I have a lot of stuff. Let me show you the rest of the stuff. Hold on. I think I have 10% left on my thing. I know it takes forever just to go through this, and I know a lot of people don't like to sit through this. Also, you have, oh, hold on one second. Let me get something else. I'm so sorry. I had to get this. I wanted to show you. Okay. This is my wind up. Hold on, I'll show you two things. This is my hand wound. This is a flashlight. You don't need to do anything but wind it up. And it works that way. It has battery strength, but this will work and it will last for a while. This is called a hand wound battery flashlight. You can use this for any number of things. This is like my super lantern thing. It's like a lantern type of, what you call it, like a flashlight kind of thing. You turn it on, but when you turn it on, oh, I think I used all the batteries. It's also solar. You can take each one of these chargers off. If you need to use, like everybody would use one, you take them off. And you can take each one of the lanterns off. So I can take one and walk with it. And there's about separate. So each one of you can have one of these yourselves. Because they come off, they're retractable. And then you put it back on. And it just turns on like that. Okay? These are great. So each person can have a lantern. So if you're out on a camp, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 lanterns. You can take them off individually and keep them. Also, I have another pack, but I don't have enough time because the camera's about to die. So listen, family, this is my prepper bag show. I just wanted to give you an idea. Now listen, I don't want you to get scared because you don't have 90% of these things. I'm telling you, if you had 5 things, then you would be above average of anybody else who is not prepared for anything that comes. All you definitely need is something to protect your face, and it does not have to be a gas mask. If you don't have it, going to the dollar store and having a couple of the industrial is better than having nothing. Making sure that you have a whistle is important, especially if you're traveling with other people, to make sure that you can keep sight of one another. Also making sure that you have string and rope. Rope is probably the #1 prepping item, and that most people don't give as much credit to. Everything else is extra. If you're able to know how to filtrate your water, you don't really have to worry about water. Water's everywhere. You will always have water. All you have to do is know how to filtrate your water. If you know how to filtrate your water, it's not necessity for you to carry. If you notice, I don't carry water because I can disinfect water, and I can make any water as clean as the water that you drink from a bottle of water. So this is my prepping. I hope this was helpful. I hope this allowed you to see that you are just as capable of doing so. I don't do this to put fear in you. I do this to make you resilient, and also allow you to be self-reliant, as opposed to reacting and going out and buying and hoarding and doing things like that. It's so unnecessary. Why you don't see enough food and a lot of food here is because, first of all, oh, I didn't show you that. I'll show you next time. I have an edible plant book that shows me every plant and every mushroom that I can eat. So if it's a matter of eating somewhere in a climate, if you knew that you can eat certain plants, then it wouldn't be a necessity for you to always scrounge for food. And if you're a meat eater, you should at least have basic hunting skills. You should at least know how to make, for meat eaters, flesh eaters, you should know how to make traps or know how to fish. Those are also things that in my mate's packing gear, he has things for hunting. He has things that he needs to be able to catch forage food. So those are things that also you need to know how to do. Remember, I'm showing you a packing perspective from somebody who's a vegetarian and vegan. Because I am that way, it's not a necessity for me to carry food in the way that other people would carry food who have a necessity to eating flesh. If you're a flesh eater, you would probably have things like beef jerky, things like that, that are dried meats that allow you to eat things like that. Also, in my other little ones pack, which I didn't show you, I have dried fruit, like dried pineapples and apricots, so that they have goodies in case of anything like that. Also, I have little scape lollipops to allow them to suck on that help to hydrate their mouths. These are also the important things of having comfort types of foods. Also in their packs, they have a pack of cards and some dominoes. So those are also things that are in their packs that I can't go through their packs, that there's a ton of other fun stuff that the little people have that keep them cohesive and appropriate for such a long trek or for a short trek. So you can make it as easy and breezy, and you can make it as long, as harsh as you want. But I hope it was helpful. I'm actually going to end this video because I think I extended my period of time. But I hope it was something that could help you to create your own little pack. And again, if you just had a little pack with just a couple of things, it would be just as helpful as if you had a pack with tons of things. Again, you can make it as easy and practical, or you can make it as long and efficient as you want. But start now. Don't wait until the last minute. Like I said, with the gas mask, most people ask about gas masks. You should have gotten your gas masks already if that's something that you prioritize. Having that, you can order that on Amazon today. And like I said, I bought that bag with that mask for like 18 bucks. It's nothing compared to the long term, and especially if it's just you prepping. So anyway, family, I gotta go. My thing is going to go down. Again, I hope it was helpful. I hope you have a masterful day, and I hope that you will be highly prepared in case of any emergency and be just as proactive. Okay? I love you. Mwah. Peace.